The second part of the infamous BBC documentary The Princes and the Press was broadcast last night. Unlike the first, this one highlighted the difficulties faced by Sussexes after their relationship strained with the media. The documentary focuses on the support and treatment given to Cambridges over Sussexes who have been called spare. The BBC documentary by Amol Rajan was aired last night that was escalated the rough relationship between the media and the royal family. It announced that blueprint for success in terms of what they wanted, which was a half-in and half-hour approach. It was more Queen and members of the royal family being blindsided by the fact they made it public than they had agreed no to. Prince Harry replied, "No, I have never blindsided my grandmother, I have too much respect for her." BBC documentary host Amol Rajan narrates, "The Sussexes did not get the departure deal they wanted." Prince Harry can be seen giving a speech in the documentary. He says, "Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth, and my military associations but without public funding. Unfortunately, that was not possible." Mr. Rajan narrates, "What Harry did, he was able to do it because he is the spare. He is technically collateral damage in this, which is why he did not receive the same level of support that Prince William might have faced if the Duchess of Cambridge was facing equally as toxic a media. And so William has made a really smart decision, one that fits his role." The documentary reflected on issues and reasons that prompted Harry and Meghan to step down as senior royal members. Prince Harry replied, "I hazard a guess that it probably could have come from within the institution." Just as the news came into the media, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex released a statement on Instagram almost hours after it made to the morning front page. "Safe as long as you're dull." Ian Hislop defends royals having a good time. Spotlight, it read, "After many months of reflection and internal discussions, we have chosen to make a transition this year in starting to carve out a progressive new role within this institution. We intend to step back as senior trademark members of the royal family and work to become financially independent, while continuing to fully support Her Majesty the Queen. It is with your encouragement, particularly over the last few years, that we feel prepared to make this adjustment. We now plan to balance our time between the United Kingdom and North America, continuing to honor our duty to the Queen, the Commonwealth, and our patronages. This geographic balance will enable us to raise our son with an appreciation for the royal tradition into which he was born, while also providing our family with the space to focus on the next chapter, including the launch of our new charitable entity. We look forward to sharing the full details of this exciting next step in due course, as we continue to collaborate with Her Majesty the Queen, the Prince of Wales, the Duke of Cambridge and all relevant parties. Until then, please accept our deepest thanks for your continued support." The following decision was taken by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex due to the lack of support from the British media, as well as the royal family. The heir and spare system has always dominated the British royal family since the beginning, with the dynamic often coming into play in earlier generations. Thursday marked the Queen's first visit to Wales in 5 years and saw her officially opening the Senedd. The event marks the ceremonial start of the term, but the Queen took time to comment on the spirit of the Welsh people, despite her own difficulties. The Wales visit marks a sad occasion for the Queen. It is the first time she's opened the Senedd, or visited Wales, since the death of her husband, Prince Philip. On previous occasions, Prince Philip attended the ceremony with his wife, offering her support and backup as usual. But after his death in April 2021, Queen Elizabeth must now undertake events such as this on her own, though the Prince of Wales and Duchess of Cornwall travelled with her as support. However, this didn't stop her from doing her job, even taking time to commend the Welsh people on their spirit for which they are so renowned. The Queen arrived to a 21-gun salute, sounding out across Cardiff Bay to mark her arrival. At the steps of the Senedd, she was greeted by pupils from Mount Stewart Primary School. She then walked a short distance from the Senedd. The 95-year-old has just in recent days started using a walking stick. After meeting First Minister Mark Drakeford and Ellen Jones, Mace Bareshes Khan led her into the debating chamber. As is tradition, the mace was placed in its sconce in the Senedd to signify the official opening. As she arrived, the Welsh National Opera's WNO youth branch performed Ar Lan I'r Mr. Speaking in the Senedd, the Queen said, "We all owe a debt of gratitude to those who have risen so magnificently to the challenges of the last 18 months, from key workers to volunteers who have done so much to serve their communities. They are shining examples of the spirit for which the Welsh people are so renowned, a spirit which I have personally encountered so many times." She added the Welsh people have much to be proud of. The Queen also mentioned her family homes in Wales, describing them as a source of pleasure. She said, "It is a source of pleasure that both the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall, together with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, have had homes in Wales, and experienced its very special sense of community." She went on to say the decision to change the name of the institution from National Assembly for Wales to Senedd Cymru/Welsh Parliament demonstrates your status as a national parliament. The Senedd's move to virtual meetings at the start of the pandemic was also commended. She said, "The fact that all parties showed a determination that you should continue to meet is commendable, and testament to your commitment to scrutinise the government, on behalf of the people of Wales." Then, Ellery Griffiths and Oliver Edwards Davis of the Welsh Youth Parliament read a poem called I'm Lies to the Chamber. Written by children from 24 primary schools, it spoke about their hopes for the future. Camilla, 74, will soon be announced as the royal patron of the Mirabel Centre, according to the Mail Online. The non-government organisation provides free medical support, counselling, and practical services to over 6,000 rape and sexual violence survivors. According to Mirabel's website, the youngest survivor they have supported was just 3 months old, and the eldest was an 80-year-old woman. The Duchess of Cornwall said she is delighted to be joining the organisation, which is based in Nigeria's largest city, Lagos. Camilla said, "It is a truly trailblazing organisation, supporting survivors of rape and sexual assault as they seek healing and justice. Their vital work means that women need no longer suffer in silence, and I am deeply grateful to all Mirabel's wonderful staff and volunteers." The Duchess of Cornwall became patron of the British-based domestic abuse charity Safe Lives last year. The Mirabel Centre was founded in 2013 by Etoro Anaba. Ms. Anaba told the Mail Online, "It is about providing help and support for the whole family throughout the healing process, as well as helping the victim and, in some cases, the police. There can be a lot of stigma around this issue, and there has been a culture of silence. We hope to help give women a voice." She added, "The current COVID-19 pandemic has further revealed the endemic nature of sexual violence. We have seen a huge number of children and women coming forward to report cases of sexual assault and rape. We are confident that the support of the Duchess will make a difference. We hope that together we can enable more survivors to seek and achieve justice. It is an honor to welcome HRH the Duchess of Cornwall as our first patron. We have followed her work with charities working in the sexual and gender-based violence space and have seen how passionate and committed the Duchess is towards providing support for survivors." Duke and Duchess of Sussex are expected to travel to the UK to christen their daughter in Windsor Castle, just as they did with their son Archie Harrison in 2019. A UK christening would also offer an opportunity for the Queen to meet her great-granddaughter for the first time. A royal expert claimed that tensions between the Harry and Meghan and the royal family were still very raw, and a christening held in the UK would be important for optics. Pod Save the Queen is a podcast hosted by Zoe Forsey and featuring Daily Mirror royal editor Russell Myers. Mr. Myers said, "Does it matter? Yeah, it probably does matter in terms of optics. I suppose on their side it would be a welcoming back into the family. I think there is a lot to be discussed across the family. My understanding is that those discussions have not happened. This year Harry has only returned to the UK for Prince Philip TM's funeral, and to unveil a statue of his late mother Princess Diana, while Meghan hasn't been back since March 2020. Mr. Myers added, "I would have thought if they were going to do it in the UK it would be a great opportunity to come over, have the christening and see the family at Christmas. It doesn't look like that TMS going to happen. I know there had been certain discussions whether the family had certain views as to whether Lilibet should be christened in the United Kingdom. However, let's look at the facts here. Archie was christened over here. Lilibet and Archie TMS great-grandmother is the head of the church in the United Kingdom, so it would make perfect sense for her to be christened here like her brother was. But will it happen in the US? I don't know. I think there are certain discussions to be had, maybe they have certain views on it." The royal expert added, "ITMLL put my neck out. I don't think she will be christened in the United Kingdom." Mr. Myers also commented on an announcement that the Duke of Sussex would not attend a reception in the UK next Tuesday for the donors who raised money to erect a statue of Diana. In July, Prince William and Harry came together for a ceremony in Kensington Palace TMS Sunken Garden to unveil a statue of the Princess of Wales on what would have been her 60th birthday. Mr. Myers said, "Prince Harry TMS not coming back for this Princess Diana reception that has been put on for the donors who raised money for the statue. People like Sir Elton John raised money for the statue to be erected. The boys were very happy and smiling when the statue was unveiled, and should he be there, it probably would have been a nice gesture for him to come." To subscribe to Pod Save the Queen, go to your normal podcast provider.